there were some conditions in the contract with French our government have to deal with. You have to know that Malian territory was divided into two or three different regions, and our government members or even authorities could not access some of this part anyway. If even if they have to go, even for example, some minister has to go to some place to make some project or etc. They cannot go. But the situation is that the situation is that some military, for example, even if some attack had been committed to some place, our military, they have the helicopter. They have to ask for from the French army in Malian territory to access to this specific place in Malian territory. How could you understand that? Our military now in the head of the country said that this will no longer go this way. We will take control of everything from space to earth. We will go, we will, if someone has to ask for permission, it will be others, not us on our own territory. This is why all this kind of situation is frustrating the French government because before they had all the powers, they go anyway. And there is one specific part of it. The contract between Malian government and the French government. This is a military contract. This military contract, if a French army committed a crime in Malian territory, they will not be judged for this specific crime, even if they do it deliberate on purpose. They will not be judged for this one. And all of this situation make things very, very hard for Malian authorities. But the situation now started to change. Everything is starting to change. Now Malian authorities have the control of space. They have the control of borders, everything. Now, lately, they prohibited to the UN army in Mali to have any flights, and they sent the letter to the French army in here, Barkhane, to say that the borders with all the ECOWAS countries are closed, and French army should no longer go in and go out of Mali or fly anywhere inside Mali without permission. Now the situation is starting to change. Now it's the French army that asks for permission to the authorities in it. On this all of this situation is making it very, very hard for France, specifically France is making it very, very hard for France. And this kind of situation, they don't want it to last longer because lately the Russian army came in help to the Malian authorities with their satellite imagery, satellite reconnaissance and information. The soldiers have it really, really on time. They know where the terrorists are. They can go attack them. Lately, from December 2021 to now, they killed more terrorists than the last 7 years. If something is doing a very, very good job like that, you should help him. You should make things easier. You should try to understand. You should try to see how can I help you do your job. But ECOWAS is making sanctions, and those sanctions, by the way, those sanctions are not affecting only Malian peoples. They're affecting everything, everyone. They affect every country around Mali. They're affecting Ivory Coast. They're affecting Senegal, specifically Senegal. Because there is one thing that people should know. Mali is the first commercial partner of Senegal. Mali only buy more from Senegal than all the European Union combined. In 2012, Mali buy about more than 570 billions of goods from Senegal, while during the same time, the European Union bought 200 and 214 billions. If you compare those two things and you try to close your borders to your main commercial partners, you try to kill yourself, because the port of Dakar is now 70% of the traffic from Dakar port is from Malians. Absolutely, 70%, 70%, literally. But this kind of situation, if you make sanctions on those people and you try to say, I'll close your door. For example, Mali will be affected. I know that Mali will be affected, but every country around Mali also will be affected by this decision. But the good thing is that ECOWAS should go back and try to remove all of this, closing the bank accounts of Malian governments, closing the borders, all of this. They should remove all of this. If they not, there is one thing that will happen. If they don't open the borders, if they don't remove all of these sanctions, what will happen is that all of those countries, there will be manifestations on all of these countries. Their people will be against them. And ECOWAS, there is one plan that ECOWAS tried to do, that if we close the account, if you close the borders, people will be against the authorities, will be against the transition. This is not what is happening. It is actually the opposite that is happening. And this opposite is that people are more supporting the authorities. And those authorities that they are taking things really seriously. And for example, when ECOWAS say that they will close the doors, when ECOWAS say they will close the doors, the borders, Malian government reacted immediately, even if they reacted aggressively comparatively to reciprocity to ECOWAS decision. They said, no, from now then, they will try to go and look from other solutions, like other countries, like Guinea, like Mauritania, like Algeria. But mainly, they will be focused more on Mauritania and Guinea, because this is the closest port. And if you look at this kind of situation, Senegal, you were the most one. For example, most of your actions, most of your partners, you close your door, and this one try to look for other solutions to his problem. And if this goes in time, maybe Malians will be no longer partner with the Senegalese. This kind of situation should be removed. Absolutely, ECOWAS should absolutely remove this kind of sanction. ECOWAS should look to make himself available to the people, not just to the leaders. And those leaders are all influenced by Western countries. All of those leaders, they are all influenced. If you let them say, if you see even the ECOWAS is mainly financed by the European Union, even the African Union. This kind of situation, we should go behind. This should be back in time. And now the authorities, the Malian authorities, they are really focusing in front. The past is the past. Everything is the past. We are reviewing and change it according to our future. This is exactly what things are being done in here now. And these Western countries don't like this, because they know if we let someone like this take care of all his governance, takes care of all the economics situation, takes care of all this military without us, sooner or later we'll be kicked from this country, and we will be kicked from this continent. This is exactly what is happening.